Hey, I wanted to give this personal video update to all National Well Center members. This is Peter Wolfing. I'm your CEO of National Well Center. It's a Sunday afternoon, and just had to make this video because it's just so beautiful out. The temperatures turned up. It was freezing cold, as you know, around the country and here as well too, and just a little respite from that. And I often get inspired as I go out in nature and walk around, but I wanted to give you kind of an update as far as where we are. You know, we're about 5 months into the launch of this endeavor of changing the world one person at a time. Think about that for a moment. We're changing the world one person at a time. Oftentimes we're asked, and I know I am, and if you work in the business, you are too, and what do we actually sell? What do we actually sell? Well, first of all, I can go into the idiosyncrasies of salesmanship, and you're selling yourself, really, right? Everybody's selling themselves. They're not so much buying the product, they're buying you. But I want to go a little bit differently in what are we selling. And yeah, I know we have the $25, $50, $100 products, the upper level products, and we're selling digital products in the back office, memberships, right? So people are buying memberships, and that's, the actual product that we're selling. But what are we really selling here in National Well Center? We're selling hope. We're selling hope to the individual that's stuck in the usual way to do things. What I'm talking about, the usual way to do things. The way we're taught from day one to do business. I got an email the other day and someone was leaving the program and I just don't have enough time. And my response back to them was, and I'll send it with this email as well, that's the exact reason why you should be doing this business, because you're trapped in, I don't have the time. Because you're trapped in trading your time for money. And that's the way we're taught. Unless you have a high-paying skill, because we're paid in a proportion to our skills, unless you have a high-paying skill, and we have the music here, and I'm going to be walking right through here, so I hope the sound turns out well. But unless you have a high-paying skill, it's tough to make any decent money. You're going to have to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs to be able to make things happen for yourself. I'm going to let you enjoy this music here. Just some wonderful things of why I love New York. You can't get it anywhere else, right? So back to my story. And we're selling hope to people, right? We're giving, I call it a micro business. Micro business meaning we've chiseled down the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars that someone needs to start a business, even a franchise, because they're selling you a duplicatable system, really, right? But we're chiseling that down to the bare bones that you need to start a business, and for a whopping $35.95 minimum, you can get started in a business that can span the globe in one day. Amazing. We are in the connection age. Not even, the distribution age. We're not in the information age. We're in the connection age. The connection age is Twitter, Facebook, people connecting all over the world in a blink of an eye through social networks. We all have social networks. So what I want you to do is think about what we're selling here. We're selling hope. We're selling hope to get people and give them the opportunity to break free from the chains of traditional income. Traditional income, you're making 10 or 20 or 30 or $40 an hour, but when you stop working, you stop making money. I make money 24/7, 365 days a year, because I've trained myself to create incomes that don't rely on me to make it happen. That's what we're doing here as well. It doesn't start overnight. It's not a get rich quick. It's a systematic approach where little by little, you can create yourself above average income and then go up from there. The sky is the limit, right? The sky's the limit. The ceiling is not the limit. The sky's the limit. No one can tell you how much you're worth and how much you can make except for you. You put limitations on yourself. So when I wrote in this email back to this person, didn't have the time, and I was trying to explain that to them, and don't get all frustrated if someone just doesn't see it. Sometimes they just don't see it, right? They'll say, I don't have the time, and they're so blinded by I have to make money for my rent tomorrow, my rent's due tomorrow, my bills due tomorrow, my cell phone bills tomorrow. They have to make money in that regard because they're so blinded by what they see right now, they can't look in the future. Your job is to give them hope and have them to take a peek at what's possible. And even if they can spend just a few hours a week to start the process and start that inertia towards building their fortune, keep their full-time job to pay the bills and work on their fortune part-time. And eventually, their first goal is to get their fortune to equal the income of their full-time job. And then to get their fortune to double their full-time job. Right? So, with all the different social media out there, with all the different distractions and the TV and everything that people are watching and seeing on Facebook and YouTube and reality TV and so on, I'm telling you right now, I don't have the time is not an answer. I'm sure people can eke out a few hours a week to build their fortune. They just have to be able to see it's worth it. It's worth it. If someone says, I don't have the time, it's possible that either you or possibly we in our presentations have not given them enough reasons to say, I can do it for a few hours a week, right? The reason it's not strong enough to do that. So make sure that when you're painting these pictures to people, you're showing them the possibilities that can happen one step at a time and giving them stories of other people that have been successful, your story that's been successful. If you just started in the business, use your upline story. Your leader, your coach, whoever's with you, your sponsor, use their story. If they're pretty new in the business as well too, use somebody else's story from National Wealth Center. We have plenty of them, and maybe they can identify with some of those stories and say, oh yeah, my life is just like that. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that. Supply hope and give them the vision that, hey, I can do this. It's so simple. So simple. National Wealth Center is so easy and so simple. Just connect with other people. Don't be afraid to talk to people and give them a little bit of hope. Give them a little bit of hope. And it could take only 1 or 2 sentences to them. And I can guarantee you, all these people that you've seen running around here, if I was to go up to each one of those people, I can guarantee you probably about, if there's about 100 people here, I'd probably have about 10 people to 20 people say, oh, I'll take a look, right? And I would have some of those people sign up. I would, because it's sheer numbers. You don't know by looking at someone if they're looking or not. They may be looking actively, or they may be looking passively. We have the amazing system of creating residual income. And this goes back again to that email that I got. We're not showing people how they can go in and they can have another job. We're not looking for that. We're showing people how they can have a residual income where their income does not based on what they do every single hour. That's how you create lasting wealth. That's how you create financial independence. Is you create income that is not based on what you do. And you start that through the residual income process, the 20, the 50, the 100, combined at $175. Whatever level or combination of levels that you're at, that's going to start the process for you. If you're at the $25 level, I urge you to get up to those upper levels as soon as possible because, frankly, all you need is one to break even. And if you're going to break even on one, why not do as much as you can do? If you're only at the $25 level, doing all three is going to mean a 7-fold increase in your income. 7-fold. That's the difference between 25 and 175, right? And how your income is going to increase because of that. Again, all you need is one to break even. I hope you've got the kind of the gist of what I'm talking about here, guys. Hope, passion, vision, residual income, giving people a reason to look at National Wealth Center. Go expose it to people. And my advice to you is, you're probably saying, well, how can I get so fantastic results in National Wealth Center? And I got to be blunt with you. Are you ready? Go out and get rejected as much as possible. Get rejected as much as possible, right? Go out and fail as fast as you can and as big as you can, and you'll have the most success possible. What I mean by fail, I mean is people say no. That you got to talk to people, and you have to be able to say, okay, some people are going to see it and some people aren't going to see it. If you saw one of my emails out recently, my family doesn't do what I do, but I'm not going to let that stop my business. Not everybody sees it. Some people just want to have a job, and they're very comfortable with having a job, and they don't want to step out any more than they have to. But there are other people out there that see it like you see it. You just got to find them. You got to be willing to expose it to them and let the chips fall where they may, and them saying yes or no. I'll look at your business. Hey, do you ever keep your eyes open for significant ways to increase your cash flow in your spare time without risking anything you're doing full time? Got a few moments to watch a quick video, get on the call, see my lead capture page, whatever. You don't see lead capture page, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Do you ever keep your eyes open for ways to increase your cash flow in your spare time without risking anything you're doing full time? That's it. You just want to see if they keep their eyes open for options. That's it. And if someone says no, did you, or boo or something, do you jump off a cliff? No, right? So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. They're not going to make any dent in your life if they say no. People that you know, if they say no, no big deal. Hey John, I know you've known me for quite a long time, and I know I brought one or two other things to you before that didn't work out. But if you go to a restaurant and you have pasta and you don't like the restaurant recipe for the pasta that they had, you don't ever stop eating pasta, right? Well, hey, sometimes things happen and we don't pick out the right opportunity. I got something here for you that's fantastic. At least I know what I'm talking about now because I've seen some things before. Take a look at it, because I know for a fact that you would want to know about this, and you'd be very upset if I didn't at least tell you about it when this is doing very, very well. Anything like that, you put your own spin on it. You put your own personality into it. Speak from your heart. NFL club, no friends left. You got to go back to the people you know, guys. That's where you're going to have the most impact. I know some things maybe hasn't worked out, but hey, sometimes pasta doesn't taste good where you go, right? So at least tell them about it. And if they don't pick up on it, they don't pick up on it. But I can guarantee you, if you work through the contacts you have, through the people you already know, you're going to have the fastest impact on those person's lives and on your life than you are going straight to the cold market. Just the way it is. Just walking down here, this is my street. These are museums and also embassies over here. It's a beautiful area. These are museums here, galleries and so on. So now, let me talk about one other thing. Are you coming to New York? December 29th and 30th. December 29th and 30th at the Hotel Pennsylvania, right across from Madison Square Garden, the first National Well Center kickoff live meeting myself and other staff here from National Well Center. We're going to be doing 2 presentations on those nights, 29th and 30th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Bring guests. You must RSVP if you're coming. We need to make sure that we have enough seats available, as it's limited seating available. Bring guests if you can bring guests. If you're just coming down to meet us, greet us, great, come on down too. We're going to have a training each night afterwards. If you can come for one night, fantastic. If you can come for both nights, even better, because the next day there is a optional luncheon that we're going to be having where you can have lunch with us in National Well Center. We'll give you more details about that. Just go to nationalwellcenter.com/NYC to register for this event. And I'll tell you right now, it is limited seating. So first come, first serve as far as getting your seats reserved here. And please don't register if you're not coming, okay? Only register if you are definitely coming. Because I hate for someone not to show up and then someone couldn't come because that seat was taken up and the person just didn't come, all right? This is very, very important. And I can guarantee you when you're going to come and actually see this happen, and meet us, greet us, shake our hands and see, hey, we are real people just like you. We're here to change lives just like you and make a difference in this world and make a dent in this world. You are going to be on cloud 9. Your business will take off and be totally different than it was if you hadn't come. I can guarantee you that from personal experience, right? Meeting and greeting and meeting the ownership of a company rather than just seeing on a webinar or a conference call or over the phone is totally different than if you meet them personally and see them live. And it becomes an internal driver for you to be able to see that, feel that, meet them, and see other people of like minds, dreams, and goals, make connections with other people of National Wealth Center, and it'll just put a fire in you that your business will take off. It'll take off. Much, much bigger than it would possibly be if you hadn't come. nationalwealthcenter.com/NYC. Look forward to seeing you there December 29th and 30th. That's going to be one heck of a show and a meeting. All right, so anyway, a lot of things to talk that I told you about. We got the new back office coming out any day. You're going to see the direction we're going with the programming, how things are looking. The back office will be mobile ready. And we have so many other things that we're working on behind the scenes that I can't announce now. But we're just not sitting on our laurels. We are going through and making it better and better and better for you. Because when you do better, you tell more people and we all win. This is Peter Wolfing, CEO of National Wealth Center. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you seeing a little bit about New York City, and come on and meet us December 29th and 30th. Have a great day. Bye for now.